So here's everything that was in that box that I paid $80 for. I'll show you, I kind of took everything out and I'll show you everything that I purchased in that $80. As you can see here, you got some consoles here and then some games and all this stuff, PC games, and then a couple of action figures on this side. I'll go ahead and start with the action figures and kind of work my way over to this side to show you everything in the $80 box, and then I'll show you what I paid for at the estate sale for $60 after I get all of this out of the way. So on this side, there's quite a few action figures here. A few of them are vintage, back in the 70s or 80s potentially. So a lot of Star Trek characters. Looks like he's missing the visor here. And then there are some Transformers here that I picked up. And then Megatron. And then these little figurines here. They were the small figurines were only 50 cents. But like I said, he gave everything to me for $80. And this one looks like it's missing a wing on this side, but $80 for all of these action figures included, with all of this stuff off to the side here. This is an Optimus Prime truck. And I don't know her right off the top of my head, but she does look familiar. But a lot of the Star Trek characters, like I said, and then a few Batman characters, and then Star Wars kind of mixed in here also. So there's about 20 characters here, including the small ones and stuff. So there's about 20 that I got included in that $80. So not too bad. And a couple of these actually sell, pretty well, maybe $5 to $7 a piece. So in my opinion, definitely did a good find for those. And then he initially wanted 10, I think, for this, and said that I could actually take it for $5, and it's brand new, sealed. And then the same with this, he wanted, I think, 5 for it. Yeah, 5. And I think we squared away on maybe 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken. So good deal for those. And then these are just a bunch of PC games. They're mainly Sims 3 for the most part, different variations or expansion packs of Sims 3. I'll show you these real quickly. Sims 3 Deluxe, Outdoor Living. Sims 3, yeah, like I said, these are all expansion packs for the Sims 3 on the PC. Sims games sell pretty good, especially if you have all of the disc, which the majority of the disc were in there, so I thought it was a pretty good deal. And then the SimCity box, there's actually 5 games included in here, so I'll show you some of the Wii. Some of these actually don't have the game in there. I think all of these do, but I think this one is the one that, this one is the one that had Microsoft Simulator in there, and it was actually in really good shape for the PC, and so I didn't want to continue to damage it, so he was going to throw this case away, and so I asked him if I could just put this game in there inside of it. But the rest of these actually have the game, so this is Wii Play inside of there, and then Mickey, Star Wars, Nerf, and then Wii Sports for the Nintendo Wii. And then there are a couple of Atari games. Only reason I picked up a few of these was because I think we're already at like $78 or $77 or something like that. So I wanted to pick up a couple more games just to make it an even $80. So just picked up these Atari games, football and baseball game, and then NASCAR, and then these are some PlayStation 3 games, Saints Row, Madden 17, Call of Duty Black Ops, and then Madden 25 is an empty disc. So I asked him if I could have any of the empty discs that he was going to throw away. I asked him if I could have it. This does have the disc in it. The show is in here. Buzz Quiz TV, that's in there. Gran Turismo. I think this is a different one. Yeah, this is a PlayStation 2 game that he was gonna throw away. So I asked him if I could have that. So a couple of games there for the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, and then for the Wii, as well as the PC games. And then it said he didn't have any of the cords for the PlayStation 3. Did get a PlayStation 3. It is not a backwards compatible one, but again, the PlayStation 3, especially the older ones here, still sell for quite a bit. And then this is the aftermarket PlayStation 3 controller. And then there is a PlayStation 3 original branded controller also. And then this is for the Xbox 360. This is a power brick for it. Doesn't have the cord on the back that plugs into the wall, but I have plenty of those. And then this is a PlayStation 2 controller. And then all of the cords for a PlayStation 2. So the hookup for the TV, as well as the power cord. The power cord actually works for the PlayStation 3 here, so I will more than likely use it for the PlayStation 3. And then this, when I saw it, I was actually really surprised that he gave me it for $10. This thing right here sells for over $400, and the screen is cracked, and I might see about getting it replaced at the bottom. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the bottom screen is broken. Let's see if this power is on here. I think the power button is at the bottom. Yep, so you see the screen is actually broken at the bottom here. And so nothing, can't see anything at the bottom. Oh, I guess you can a little bit, and it's still functional at the bottom here, but it's just broken. It's definitely one that I can sell as a profit for sure, because it's one of those that even with the screen being broken, I can still sell for a higher price. But just trying to get my money back. I just can't believe that I got it for $10. And so the guy didn't want it, couldn't care less about having it, and so sold it to me for $10 since, you know, the screen was broken. And then there, last but not least, they had, or he had a couple of games. So Shrek 2. Looks like this is Sonic Rush for the DS. Kong Zoo, maybe I think is how you say it. And then Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Blue Rescue Team. And then Pokemon Sun for the 3DS. And then Shovel Knight for the 3DS. And then I think this actually has some games inside of it too. Yeah. Super Mario DS, and then Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the DS. Quite a bit of games. Definitely worth $80 for sure, even with just some of the action figures. And then the consoles alone are just $80. So any of the games that I sell are definitely going to be a plus. So definitely got a good deal of $80. So I get all this stuff cleaned off, and then I will put the $60 stuff on the table and show you what all was included in that particular lot from the estate sale. So here are some of the big items of the $60 lot that I got from the estate sale. The majority of these items are too big for me to put all on the table, so I wanted to kind of show the big items first, and then I'll show you some of the action figures. There's a ton of the action figures, especially some of the old school vintage McDonald's toys. There's probably over 100 or so that I got. I won't show you all of those. I'll just show you inside of the bin, and I'll kind of feel around and show you some of the extra characters. But we'll go through these bigger figures here, clear these off, and then kind of look at the action figures, and then last show you the gaming console and the rest of the stuff there that I picked up. So we'll start over here on this side. This is an older fire truck, as well as this one. The ladder is operational. It definitely needs some cleaning, and I'm glad I have my gloves on because there are a ton of spiders in this truck. I'm not sure about the worth of this, but I just saw it and knew that this one is a vintage fire truck, so wanted to go ahead and pick that up for sure. But I'll get it cleaned off because there are a lot of dead creatures in there. And then this G.I. Joe tank here, also another item that I wanted to pick up because I was like, man, you know, it definitely looks like it's gonna be something that would sell fairly well, especially once it's cleaned up and everything. So went ahead and picked that up also at the estate sale. And then This Little Tikes truck, I do remember having this one as a kid. Of course, I'll get it cleaned up a little bit better than it is currently before listing it. Wanted to pick that up because I knew that it is an older truck, so I know that it was gonna sell pretty good. And then this is a Batmobile, not sure of the year, 1984. So this is a 1984 vehicle, Batmobile. An older bus, just kind of threw that in there because it looked fairly retro. It looked like something I needed to pick up. And then this Optimus Prime actually works. If I'm not mistaken, I think. Yep. So the batteries still work on him, and it's a good sign that he's still working after all of these years. And then saw this Cabbage Patch doll. Now she is fairly dirty. Yep, Cabbage Patch doll was included. I think it said $1 or something like that for it. And then the My Buddy doll, as soon as I recognized him, I knew I wanted to pick him up because I know that he sells for quite a bit. I think they wanted $5 for him, and was included in that $60 that I paid. But I think he only came out to maybe being a couple of dollars for him alone, for just a My Little Buddy. I'm not sure if this hat goes with him, but this was attached to him. It may, in fact, go with him, but he's in pretty good shape other than being dirty, and I think there's some rips on his shirt and stuff like that here, but for the most part, he is in pretty good shape, so had to pick him up once I saw My Little Buddy there. So I'll get all this big stuff cleared off here and then show you what the action figures look like, and then show you the Nintendo console that I picked up. So I'll move all these big figures out of the way here real quick, and then show you what I picked up for the rest of the $60 lot at the estate sale. And this is what I was saying about the rest of this $60 lot that I got from the estate sale. There are a ton of characters, action figures, and things like that inside of here, but I'm not gonna go through it all because that video will take us an eternity to actually go through each one of these characters here. But did find this carrying case for the Ninja Turtles, vintage case here, and I think it actually had some of the turtles. I, of course, put those inside of the bin for me to carry it a little easier. But inside of here, like I said, some of the characters that kind of stand out to me. There's Undertaker, of course, here, and then I think I saw Shredder from the Ninja Turtles in here, and then there's a couple of Power Ranger characters that are down here also. And then there is a Woody character in here somewhere. Yep, there he is. So there's a Woody character here that looks to be in pretty good shape. Still actually has some of the tags on him. So, but yeah, there are a ton of characters here. Some from McDonald's, some from other sources, but yeah, there are literally hundreds of characters that I picked up. Cabbage Patch Kids, Ninja Turtles, Cabbage Patch Kids. Yeah, there's literally a ton. I could go through all of this and just spend a couple of videos on all of this stuff here, but I won't show you guys everything that's inside of here. But just know that there's probably about, I would say, 100 to 200 characters inside of here, just in various sizes, so big and small. See Batman here and some other ones. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this stuff off here, and then I will show you what I picked up, which is the Nintendo system that I got, and take a look at some of the games that I picked up also with this $60 lot here for the estate sale. So let me get this out of the way, and then I'll bring in the Nintendo that I picked up. Okay, and last but not least, here is the NES that I picked up. Here's the NES. I didn't untangle all the cords because I'm going to do it at a later time, probably once I clean it up. But it did come with 2 controllers, and they actually feel pretty good. The buttons feel pretty good on it. I did you feel on them just to kind of see, and they felt great. There's the power cord, and then the TV adapter, and then the zapper for the NES. So went ahead and put that kind of off to the side here, and then let's take a look at some of the games that I actually picked up for this NES console. So RBI baseball. Looks like Jackal for the NES. Tetris for the NES. And then this is just a empty case. And this is Pro Wrestling. Okay, so I would assume this Pro Wrestling goes with this NES Pro Wrestling there. And then this is the, oh, okay, wow. So this is the instructional booklet for the NES. So I'll definitely keep this because this alone sells by itself for the most part pretty well. So those are all of the games. Unless there's something inside here. I didn't check inside of the console. And it actually looks good on the bottom. Like, it actually looks really good on the bottom of the console. It's just, I would assume that it just sat there and kind of collected dust on top. But the bottom looks almost brand new, as you can see there. There's not really much dirt or dust on it at all. It's just the top of the console. So once I clean it up, I think it'll be fairly easy to clean up. But let's see if there, oh, there is a game in here. So Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. So looks like pretty good shape. Yeah, you can see inside of there. Looks even really good inside of the console. So I guarantee you that this wasn't played really much at all, because the bottom of it looks really in pristine condition, and then the top is fairly dirty. But yeah, so that's, I'll put this back in here for now. But yeah, so that is a game that was included, which is pretty cool. So picked up this lot, all that I showed you, this NES, the action figures, and then the big items for $60 from the estate sale, and then the PlayStation and all of those action figures and games and stuff for $80. So definitely worth it in my opinion by just going to those two sales. That's gonna do it for today, guys. Make sure you comment below and tell me if I got a good deal on this NES, as well as the PlayStation and the handheld console, the Nintendo DS. Tell me if I got a good deal on those, and comment below some of your favorite things that I picked up today. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. Thank you guys for watching, and let's level up.